That's exactly right. We're here to make you an informed decision maker. We're going to have a abbreviated show today. We're running a little behind schedule and but we have a great guest with us, one of my favorite guests, Miss Maria. And we're going to talk a little bit today about illegal immigrants and the Ebola that's coming into the country that no one's talking about. And as you well know, Barack Obama said, "Well, what's a little Ebola? We can handle Ebola. It's not a big deal." Welcome to the show, Maria. How are you? You're welcome. Always a pleasure and a privilege to have you on. Hey, look, uh, let's talk about this for a minute. Barack Obama, you remember when we brought some Ebola people here, and Obama said, "Well, we can handle little Ebola. It's not a big deal. We can have Ebola in America. I mean, we handle it in Africa. Why not? I mean, this man's thinking was so screwed up, and it was all rooted in the fact that he was from Africa or his father was from Africa and he had these connections. And everybody in his administration put America last and made America it's like the teenager and the parent. I want to be in control. I want to have my own room in your house, but you pay the bills. You pay my phone bill. You pay the rent. You pay for the heat. You send me to school. You buy me a car. You put gas in my car, but you can't tell me anything. And I don't want to be part of who you are. I hate you, parents. Yeah, but see, he thinks he's above it. He thinks he's beyond the reach of these things. He thinks that they won't affect him, and that's the same way with, I think, with illegals. We have people who, who talk about illegals in the abstract because they're not on the streets driving with these people. They don't go to the gas station and interface with these people or the grocery stores, or they don't have. They don't pick up the phone and somebody asks them English, push one for English, two for Spanish. Well, I was reading a piece in Wall Street Journal today, and it says that that Mexicans are now the smallest group of illegals in the country. If you can believe that, it's the headline is Mexicans now the minority of illegal residents in America. See, this is what I don't get. I think that we should start penalizing people who employ these folks, and we should also start penalizing government officials who hand out benefits to these people, and that goes for the sanctuary. But okay, so you're saying that, but nobody's arresting them yet. No one's talking about arresting these people. Mhm. Okay. Well, Maria, Maria, it's not even that they have offshore accounts. All you have to do is look at all no, all you have to do is look at who the anti-US chamber all you have to do is look at who the anti-US Chamber of Commerce, and I'm talking about the US Chamber. It should be labeled the anti US Chamber of Commerce donates to. They donate to all of these people who said Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell had the audacity to challenge the president and say, "Well, we're not going to support tariffs on Mexico because that's going to tax the American people." He's a damn lie, and he knows he's a damn lie. Those tariffs would not tax the American people. And besides that, we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars on illegals as it is. So what's the cost? The cost to try to stop this nonsense? Or are we going to continue to pay billions of dollars in taxes? They give away our tax money like it's and they use our tax money like it's a pig trough. And somebody has to stop it. The reason they don't want Donald Trump in there is because Donald Trump is not a politician. He's a rich man. He's a businessman. He's not trying to get rich off the back of being a public servant like all of them have. In fact, Mitch McConnell is in a little scandal. He and his wife, his wife's father, and even she had to admit this. His wife, Miss Chow, Secretary of Transportation, she had to admit her father had never been in the freight business, in the ship freight business, until they were put in business by, well, basically by Mitch McConnell and Miss Chow's connections. He wasn't in the business. Her father wasn't in the business. And so they got five freighters, and that grew. And next thing you know, these people are making millions of dollars. Like Joe Biden's son. Joe Biden's son gets a okay. Not only from her family, but I mean, this is a racket. Everybody is mad that Donald Trump is in because he's breaking up the status quo, and he's not going along with the game, and he doesn't have to. People like Barack Obama, who's a poor man, uh, had to go along with the game, go along to get along, and give and dole out favors to their contributors or donors. Uh, Trump wasn't in that mode. I mean, he's a millionaire, so when he asks somebody for a donation, I mean, but they forget, and this is the thing that really kind of makes me angry sometimes is people forget that Donald Trump funded his campaign out of his pocket. A lot of his funding came out of his own pocket. Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, on the other hand, got millions of dollars from donors and kept it in their own foundation. And then when things got too hot, they shut down the foundation and closed the books. Have you noticed how the uh, the uh, the attorney general in New York hasn't gone after the Clinton Foundation? He's gone after the Trump Foundation. How come he hasn't? And we know that the Clinton Foundation got $300 million from the um, the Russians, and got another $300 million from the Chinese military intelligence folks, and nobody, I mean, Bill Clinton. This is the thing that gets me about these pundits, about the news media. Bill Clinton had people, five Chinese nationals go to jail for donating to his campaign in '96. Five. And nobody says anything about that. Ho- well, backwards. It's about selling the country out. Paul Ryan was nothing but a rhino. I don't know why he was elected speaker in the first place. This is a guy who said, I have small children. I can't run around. I'm not going to run around the country on weekends raising money. So that limits my availability to raise money for the party. And even when he ran as vice president on on Romney's ticket, he was a weak sister. So I mean, this is a guy, Maria. When you talk about Paul Ryan, who was Speaker of the House, but he couldn't get reelected in his congressional district. Well, I thought that something that happened over the weekend was pointed out was really poignant in that uh, uh, Pompeo said he's not flying the homosexual flag on the American flagpole, and I thought that was great. But because there's no reason, because not all Americans support homosexuality, and there are those of us who don't see we don't support homosexuality. We're not going to support that lifestyle. It's not a right to be to be homosexual. And it's certainly not. You're not going to get me or people like me to ever say that we support or promote homosexual behavior. Not going to do it. I'm not. I mean, my God says it's a sin, and Barack Obama and nor the Congress nor the Supreme Court can change that belief. So exactly, exactly. But they want to do what they want to do, and they want to interject their little issues, and we're not buying it. I'm sorry that somebody decides to participate in that behavior, but I look at it like a drug addict. A drug addict has a choice. He can say he doesn't have a choice, that he was born an addict, that he has a propensity for addiction, and all that may be true. But at the end of the day, it's a choice that they make. And I'm just not getting involved in that. And it's not, like I said, I don't care how people have sex. However, you decide to have sex is your business. Just don't put it in my face. Just like, and I'm going to share with of our children, yeah. But you have to speak out. But you have to speak out. And if you don't speak out and stand up and speak up, I mean, who would have ever thought that we would be talking about having sex in preschool? Who would thought we'd be talking about boys dressing like girls and in preschool? I saw a video and I put it up on my website the other day. This grandfather came up to his grandson's preschool, and he said to the teacher, or to his kindergarten class, and he said to the teacher, "Did you put a dress on my grandson?" And she said, "Yes, but you'd have to speak to the office about that." He said, "I'm not speaking to the office. I'm speaking to you. Don't ever put a dress on my grandson again. We don't play that. We're not interested in what you want. Don't you ever dare put a dress on my grandson again." So the teacher said, "Well, you have to take that up with the with the office." He said, "I'm taking it up with you. Don't you put the dress on my grandson? Don't you ever put a dress on my grandson again." And what he was saying to her was, "I will hurt you if you put a dress on my grandson again. You cannot hide behind the school. You cannot hide behind the school system. I don't care what you satanic Satan worshipers are doing out here, but you're not going to put my grandson into your satanic bullshit." Oh, but the system would say, but Maria, the system would say, well, uh, they have a right to, maybe his grandson want. No, no, we teach our children morals and values, not the school. And I had the same issue about 15 years ago at my daughter's elementary school, which is one reason. And there were a lot of parents, primarily black parents, who moved their children out of this Montessori school because they had a lot of dykes there, and they were teaching homosexual behavior to the children. Now we're talking about a school pre-K through 6, and they're talking about sex. Is How crazy is that? But you have homosexuals, but you have homosexuals in court. You have homosexuals who are these judges. You have homosexuals in the medical profession who try to act like who've gone in and had homosexually normalized. Like, being a homosexual is normal. No, it's not. Being a homosexual is not normal. I'm sorry. Nature does not uh, 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 ascribe to homosexuality. Anyway, well, let's talk. Let's get back to talking about this illegal issue and these illegals. And well, but think about it. But we talk about laws, but what do laws mean when you have judges who rule any way they? We had a law called the Defense of Marriage Act, DOMA. The Supreme Court overturned a law that was signed by the American people that said our society does not want homosexual marriages. Our Supreme Court, unelected people, overturned that law instead of enforcing the law. Well, it's interesting that you say that because if you Google Charles Butler at Cook County Commissioners meeting, I spoke at a meeting and I was the last person to speak. And the commissioners walked up and shook my hand. And this meeting was about illegals in sanctuary cities. And they had all these people speak who had lost loved ones. And after I spoke, the commissioners walked up and shook my hand because I just laid it out that 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 we need to follow the law and that these people don't belong in our country. And they should come to our country legally, and these are not the best and brightest people. These are people who will probably not assimilate, don't want to assimilate. One, they expect us to assimilate to the way they do things and their lifestyles. And why do you Americans move so fast? You move too fast, you talk too quick. Why do you only speak English? I've had a number of my Latino friends tell me all the time. They say, man, we don't speak Spanish in my family. I have friends in LA who've been in LA for 4 or 5, been there forever. And they're like, we don't speak Spanish. We're Americans. We speak English. And yeah, we may speak Spanish as a second language, but it's never, we don't speak it in our, we speak it, we don't use it. It's like French, we speak French too. So it's interesting. And it's like this. I had a guy, a cab driver say to me, and he was a Nigerian. He'd been here 41 years. And he said this to me last week. He said, Charles, the Black American has lost its culture. You've lost your culture. He said, when I came to this country, Black people had culture. They were very proud. He said, you've lost your culture. And that's true. We've allowed Hollywood to ghettoize our culture. You mean I like Snoop Doggy Dogg as a person, but he can't speak for me. I mean, this is a ghetto boy. I'm sorry. Anyway, um, but getting back to, yeah, to the Cook County Commissioners. I know Brian McCann. I know Brian. Yeah, Brian was there. Yeah, Brian was there. Yep. Yeah, Brian was there. And hmm, they don't. No, they don't. Nope, they don't. But what are we gonna? You are, and we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen. Hey, but we got a couple of minutes here before we go. We got about 4 minutes. Uh, Maria, how do people get in touch with you? How do they look up your information? Okay. I'm trying to. My folks are telling me they can't hear you. I'm trying to figure out why that is. I can't. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But let's see here. Maybe that's it.
They can't hear me at all?
Yeah, they got you now. I'm sure they have you now. Okay, got it. Okay, we got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, some people had just were out on Facebook. They told me they couldn't hear, but now it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, we got it worked out. So look, but Maria, we need to. I think we need to focus on a couple of things, and that is we need to work together and bring all of these groups together to focus on a couple of issues, especially for the upcoming election, because the narratives out there by the media have left us in a void. I don't know how in the heck Joe Biden thinks he can compete with Donald Trump ever for anything.
Hmm. Right. I agree with that. But we can't sit back and just count on the great booming economy that President Trump has been successful with, and the deregulations that he's been successful with, the return of some of these corporations, and the increase in the manufacturing jobs, and the increase in wages, especially in the blue collar population. So we have to be out there, like you mentioned earlier, Charles. We have to recruit and inform people and bring them to your show and outlets where they can get the information if they don't already know. But we can't sit back. We have to be pushing forward.
Well, we're going to do that, and I hope to do that, and we need your help. So, Maria, just give us your website again.
It's theremembranceproject.org. Theremembranceproject.org.
Remembranceproject.org. Okay. Well, look, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you. Appreciate what you do. Appreciate everything that you do, and we'll be have you back soon.
Thanks so much, Charles.
All right. Take care. It's Maria
Yeah.
Espinoza. Maria Espinoza, folks. Hey, look, we're gonna come back tomorrow. Be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. Broadcasting right here. Be Freedom Friday, so feel free to call in later. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. So we're out here broadcasting. We're going to keep broadcasting, and it's been interesting. We're going to do the after show. That's Red State's gone, so we'll pick up where we left off here. Memphis. See, they're not talking about Memphis. Memphis is rioting right now. People are rioting down in Memphis, and they're talking about Pompeo over in they're talking about Iran attacking a freighter in the Straits of Hormuz. Folks are being attacked down in Memphis. In fact, 24 police officers have been wounded down in Memphis. And this stems from some U.S. Marshals trying to serve a warrant on a young man. And the young man rammed their cars, supposedly, and then got out and with a gun. And when he got out with the gun and pointed it at the officers, they shot him. So, what should happen? I think, hey, man, you cannot get out and point a gun. First of all, he this guy got out and he was a criminal. The marshals are just doing their job. The man had multiple warrants. And see, well, he's black. Who cares that he's black? You have to obey the law. Why do black people think that they can get away without being held accountable to the system? Just an example. I paid. I have a transponder on my car, So I'm flying through these what do you call it? These tollways, and trying to get my, thinking that my transponder is being read. Well, yeah, guess what? My transponder is being read, but it's not being applied to my license plate because I switched license plates. I thought that they had upgraded, or I had to call the Illinois tollway. They were supposed to change it. Didn't get changed. Didn't get in the system. Okay, so I'm driving down the tollway thinking that my uh, transponder and my license plate are linked. Nope. So I get like five violations. These five violations balloon into $1,196 of fines and tolls. They reduced it to 126 bucks. But we were talking about tolls that really were about maybe $6 or $7, and I ended up paying 120 bucks because I had these violations. How crazy is that? And then when you go to appeal it, this is the crazy thing. If you go to appeal it, then you're responsible for all the fines and the tolls and everything. So what I did was I paid, and now I'm still going to appeal it, try to appeal it. But they have this thing all rigged. They have it rigged. It's like, well, once you pay the fines, you can't appeal. Once you pay the fines, you can't appeal. It's like right there in writing, black and white. So it's like the feds. You either you lie and you get a lighter sentence, or you don't lie and you go to jail for 10 years, or you lie for me and you get off with a fine and your lawyer fees. Hey, man, I'm just saying. It is crazy. Crazy. So, anyway, there's a a Raptors fan who made just this gross. Wow, he made such a vulgar and gross comment on TV about Steph Curry's wife. It's just unconscionable. And he was being interviewed. He was being interviewed after the Raptors lost game 2 and to the Warriors. And this guy's name is uh, Joe Workington. And he said, I just wanted to let everyone know that uh, Aisha Curry, we're going to F her P. I mean, really? Why would you say something like that? How vulgar, how crazy is that? Well, he apologized afterwards. He said, what I did was disgraceful. It was an alcohol influence situation. To be honest, I don't even remember being there, but I'm responsible for my own actions at the end of the day. I mean, really? I mean, that's the thing they said when they lynch black folks, when they rape black women, when they rape black kids on the side of the road. It's got to stop somewhere, somehow. And the only way I know to stop people from acting out is to hold them accountable. And that's to hold them accountable through fighting back. See, because when people fight back, it's amazing how things kind of go away. How folks kind of blend they leave you alone when they find that you're going to fight back. The thing that tickled me today is I'm driving uh, back to the studio, and this young man cuts me off. I mean, literally, just pulls right in front of me. Whoop. So I blow my horn. He gets out of his car and starts jacking. Starts jaw jacking to me, and I looked at him. I started laughing. Right, and me laughing at him just infuriated him more. Oh, so then he says to me, "Hey man, you 60. You only got about 2 years left. Blah 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 blah." And I said, "No, I'm 70, and I have more than a few years left to take care of little punks like you." Anyway, it's crazy, crazy. You can't make this stuff up. But he again, it's like the black folks in Memphis. Why are you rioting? They shot a criminal. Who cares? Well, and they're so stupid. See, this is how stupid black folks are. Well, you could have shot him in the leg, or you could have shot him in the arm. No, you shoot to kill, stupid. This is not TV. It's not a damn movie. This is not fun and games. Bullets kill people, dummies. This is not. You don't shoot these people and they get up and they come back. Like you see these people, they get shot in the leg on TV or they get shot in the arm and they're fighting with people and they got a bullet in their arm. Bull. It's crap. Stuff. Yeah, stupid. Anyway, look, I'm gonna end the show and we'll be back tomorrow on time, hopefully, and we'll have the system up and running. But it's been great. It's been wonderful. See ya. Have a good one. Freedom Friday tomorrow.